It's you, Mr. Get It Done. Mr. I'm so busy. Mr. I'm just busy. I'm busy. Busy, 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 busy. 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 Busy, 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 busy. Busy.
How's it going?
You look so high and mighty in your clouds. Your busy clouds. Busy, 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 busy. Busy, busy. I guess God gets that a lot. Everyone's just going, God, I need some help over here. And I'm busy, man. I got shit to do. Busy, 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 busy. Busy, 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 busy. Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. A little bit busy. How about you?
I'm never busy. I just give time to what is necessary.
Okay. Very good. So you called this meeting? What's up?
What about the this going on very secret plan, press the button, student, and that other thing comes up? I thought simple.
It looks fairly simple. I haven't done it yet. Yes.
Because you're busy.
Yeah, I am busy. Yeah, but I wish to do it. Yeah. Is Megan leaving us, do you think?
There's 9 people applied to the job. She's in the running for the front running for 2 people. I think I gave her such a good thing that they want her. But
I tried to give her pretty good reference as well.
Oh, did you? Okay. But I sold a guy who is giving me the reference check, and I have a meeting with them as soon as the person's hired.
Very cool. Okay.
Anyway, so how's the game going?
The game is going well.
I blew up the Because's science ship.
Oh well.
Have you blown anything up yet?
No, I haven't had any combat so far.
How much contact you got?
I've met a few empires.
Just a few?
I have 9 colonies.
9 colonies?
Yep.
9 colonies. I got 5 and 1 useless one that you won't let me get rid of.
Well, eventually you might be able to.
How many ships you got?
Maybe 12. I'm not sure.
12?
I can tell you. Let me see.
Let me guess. You got an engineering, 2 engineering ships, 8 science, a transport, maybe 3 destroyers or something.
I've got no military ships. I've got no transports. I've got currently, okay, I have 11 ships. I have 2 engineering ships, 1 colony ship that is en route to a planet for my 10th colony, and I guess 8 science ships. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 science ships, and also a space yard.
Space yard, yeah. So why no transport? You don't transport, you don't bring colonists out to your colonies from your main planet?
I haven't this game yet. I've been using population cloning projects mostly.
Oh, I don't think I've even researched that. I'm 2 days away from mining ships again.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going after advanced economics. I'm about 2.5 days away from that. Which I don't know if you noticed in Discord, but I've changed it. So it now gives plus 2,500 resources instead of 1,000.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that one.
I put it on Discord yesterday.
Oh, on Discord yesterday, just as you're about to get the new advanced economics.
I'm still 3 days away.
Oh, how the gods have their fun.
Well, people kind of requested that last time, so I thought I'd make the change.
When did
They
you
said
make the
that-
change? Just now, or you made it like weeks
No,
ago?
yesterday.
You made the change yesterday
Yeah,
as you were researching towards it.
I put it in updates to the game on the Discord server.
Interesting. So I got no feedback on my YouTube channel. Have you still been watching it or you don't watch it anymore?
I haven't actually watched the last couple, but I really like them and I will. And with any of those things, I mean, building up content is key. So once you get, I mean, the more videos you put out, the better it's going to be, and the more people will start to watch it, I think.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, how many people do you have watching right now?
Maybe 9 or 10, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's better than when you started. Let's see. Yeah, your recent one has 7 views, it looks like. 3 likes. That's much
3
better than when you
likes.
started. Yeah.
I usually get a dislike.
I don't see any dislikes. Well, not on the recent one, at least. Day 20, an eye for an eye.
For an eye.
Anyway, yeah, I really appreciate you making them. I think they're really cool, and I think a lot of people probably like them. They just haven't said anything because they're a bunch of jerks, maybe.
I think they
I don't
should.
know.
I think they should join in. I think we need more people than me, and we can make a sort of story about it, right?
Well, I think you should ask people then. Start reaching out to some of the people on Discord and say, hey, you know, tomorrow I'm planning to do a show where I'll interview one other player and they can share their screen. Maybe, I don't know, something like that, I would suggest.
Could do. Yeah, no, I'm afraid we might lose Najin, and then it'd be nice to get things set up the way I'm looking at for the next thing to bring people into the game. And we'll build the waiting list. I want to work on the waiting list. I want to get like 10,000 people on the waiting list and then start the game. So I want to get this ready to get people sort of interested in it. Then they just sign up for the waiting list, so then I can put effort towards getting them on the waiting list and then put effort towards making the game ready. And then when the game's ready, then we have a large audience.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So the quicker that you can do the simple things that don't take much time and just do the simple thing.
Yeah.
Mr. IT director.
Yeah, speaking of which, like, is it Najin or Negan?
I'm not sure. Probably I probably pronounce it wrong. Probably Najin.
I'm not sure actually. I thought it was Negan.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, speaking of which, hold on a sec here. Oh, I see you've been putting out some things on LinkedIn. Is that right?
What things?
I'd see.
2 videos maybe?
Yeah, you put some videos out. Very good.
Yeah.
Cool. So let me see here. Because Najin said that I should put out a front-end developer job that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 44 applicants.
We do?
Yeah, I can show you some of their stuff if you want.
44. They all respond. Like, did you do the first response, send them all a letter and see how many respond?
No, I was going to talk to you first.
Okay, why don't you do that one first?
Yeah, okay.
That usually works well, right? Usually gets it down to a smaller number, and then when we should invite the smaller number into a group, because I want a few of these people. I got so many things to do.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm going to boil them down then based on their skills. I'm going to say that we have 2 really good looking people.
Well, you're basing it on whether they look good?
Now, whether they have 3 or more years of JavaScript experience and 5 or more years of HTML experience.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want people that don't know what they're doing anymore.
Excellent.
So yeah, this guy's looking, there's a couple guys that look pretty good anyway. I will send them a message today.
Excellent.
Yes. All right, then.
You're looking very poised. You're doing well under my onslaught of busyness. Just keep that balanced, neutral perspective. I admire that in you. It's I don't seem to have that. Tendency to lose my emotional control.
Did you see my video? Did you see the YouTube video I was just on earlier?
I watched about 20 seconds.
Oh, so you didn't see what I was saying.
No.
About half the video is me and them asking me
Really?
questions about my project.
Oh, really? Yeah, just what we need, another project.
Well, this one I've had going on for longer than I've known you, but it's been hibernating.
I know. But I would like to get a little work done on this one to get this one a little bit completed. Right?
Well, started, I think is what you mean.
Yeah.
Completed is gonna take a lot.
Yeah. So how's the programming going on the game?
Pretty good. Yeah, I think it should be on track for March 1st.
Really? I'll be surprised.
And it may be, I'm still looking into this, but it might actually be a scenario where I actually just switch it over and everyone continues to play it just with the new interface and the new style.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, but I would like to be able to do that. It might be
Wow.
a little bit shocking for people, but either that or I do have to reset it and then everyone just join again. I'm not sure which.
Oh, I'd say do both. Do both.
Yeah, there's still 20 people playing, about 15 regularly. So it'd be nice to include everyone with their current empires and working towards stuff instead of just having to reset again. But I'm not 100% sure I can do it, but we'll see.
Yeah, this game's a lot slower. It's lonely out there in space.
I could show you what I got done on the game so far if you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just let me share the screen.
It's funny how your enemy makes you a stronger person if you have a very strong enemy.
We can, or they can destroy you.
Yeah.
All right, you gotta let me share my screen then.
Okay.
I'll show you what I got.
Okay, exciting.
You've probably seen most of it, but I'll show you it again. I'm retooling a little bit of it. I've tweaked a few things. And I think you should be able to hear the sound as well.
Okay. Because the sounds you got were way better than that one sound. Yeah, holy cow. You can see the evolution of a game by the different music it has.
I'll pump it up a little bit so you can hear.
Do you know what? We got to get some animators to do like that start game should have been like a real. The beginning, the entry should be something like a 15-second wow.
Yeah, there should be. But that can be put in later as well.
True. We should get animators. I like that. Da, 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 da.
So these displays show when a new feature is added to the game. You can see them again by clicking on the info icon at the top left of the screen, which is this one. And so this is a major change compared to the other version, the star clusters.
Right.
So the home system, the solar system you start with is going to be inside of a star cluster, which will give the player the ability to do things right away, and also make it so they don't get attacked right away. Because this star cluster is just one of many, of course.
So you had added a whole other layer of game maps.
Yep.
But then what happens like with like, could 100 people play in this game and actually ever meet?
Yep.
What do you mean? Yeah. How much bigger is this than the map we're using now?
Currently, this one is actually the same size.
Oh, really?
I
Just
may
more
make it bigger, I'm
stars?
not sure yet.
Just more stars, like the star clusters are.
No, they're exactly the same. They're actually, all these stars here are in exactly the same place as our current game. That's why it may transfer over if I can do everything else the same.
Oh, okay.
But for
So
instance,
you're not adding more stars or more space by the clusters, or you're just grouping them different?
there's going to be more planets and more stars in the end, but this overview here is still going to be the same amount, probably. But yeah, you'll notice that I can pan around very easily. I can zoom in, say, oh, I want to see this one here. Oh, there it is, Nova. Zoom out again.
Nice.
Mini map moves around. Yeah, it's much smoother,
So which language did you use, or like what was different from the other programming?
It's just the approach I took. It's all the same language. I haven't used any tech I didn't use before.
Oh, wow.
I've just implemented it in a more intelligent way. Used everything that I learned from the first versions and said, okay, well, what would be really good. So I think people want to see, they want to be able to zoom in and out. That was a big thing. And then not having to have those things on the side of the screen to actually scroll around. Now you just use your mouse and you just move it around.
Yeah, it's huge.
And being able to zoom in and out, I think will be very helpful, especially when we start adding in borders and like territory kind of colors, which I still want to do. But I'm hoping to add that in as well soon. That will be huge when you zoom out. You see, oh, this empire is this big, and oh, there's a
So no, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, but one of the differences, each one of these clusters here has something like 15 to 50 stars in it.
Oh, okay.
And each of those stars, of course, has planets. So these are all star clusters inside of a galaxy quadrant. So now there's going to be something like 200 to 400,000 planets.
And there were 1,600 before. There's 1,600 star systems. So
yeah, in the current game we're playing, there's about 20,000 planets, I think. So it'll be 10 to 20 times that, basically.
What about like disbursement of players? Like how many players could play the game, you think?
Well, yeah, with many more planets, many more players can play. And the star clusters allow them to do things within the cluster without having to always just straight away try to get a ship to the next star cluster.
Do you have to change your drives, your space drives?
Sorry?
Do you have to change anything about the researching the drives?
Not exactly, no. It'll be more like just the way that I implement them is a little bit different. So right away you'll be able to move within your star cluster to other star systems, at the start of the game without having to research anything. But moving from your home system, or your home star cluster to another star cluster is going to require more tech. So that's sort of the difference. So the player will be able to do a lot right away, send ships around, explore different solar systems right away in their own star cluster. And that's twofold. One, it gives them the ability to, act right away, play for a few hours the first time if they want or whatever. And also make it so that they're not a target immediately as well.
So can you see, like, the big thing is when you get to see the other person's ships. And one thing that happens that I sort of don't like is if I meet, what happened is I met this guy and then I see where his homeworld is right away. And I don't think that should happen.
Well, you have to sign some treaties for that to happen.
No, like this was before treaties. This was when I
Well,
first met him.
Well, then what happened is you found his homeworld, and that's how you met him.
No, it was one planet away from his homeworld.
Okay, well, I'll have to look into that. That's odd.
Like I think I noticed something before, like it just seemed that before diplomatic stuff opened up, I got intel about his planets, about where they are, way before I should have been able to.
I am going to try to change the way the politics works this time around, because it's an ugly screen anyway, and I'm trying to redo that stuff. So it will be different.
I mean, that's, the sequencing of that is very important. And there was also, it's sort of like, it was just like you couldn't, there's a thing where you're telling him where your homeworld is and how many planets you have, but I don't even want to do that. But there's some stuff I'd like to do before that, in terms of the getting to know you process and sort of giving up too much information too quick. You want to have a sort of gradated approach where you're building trust. And at each step, you sort of is another step of trust kind of thing. So, I mean, I would just challenge, because there's a few things in there that really kind of get in the way, especially if you're at war and you can't communicate, or having conflict.
You can't communicate. You can now, in the older version, you can now talk to each other if you're at war even.
Oh, can you? Okay.
But yeah, it's still, all the chat stuff is terrible. That's why I'm redoing it.
Okay. And what about the front screen? Are you going to have numbers of ship and numbers of colonies on the front screen as a number?
Eventually I'll have something like that as an option for people. Yeah. Because some people want that, some people don't, for sure.
I mean, it's a game. You like to see the main score all the time. And
some people do. Some people want to see a whole lot of information. Other people want to see almost nothing. So I have to be able to build it in so that it's optional.
Yeah, but there's some things which are kind of like the time clock or something where you go, no, it's not optional. This is here. Boom.
I'm going to remove the time clock from the new version. It's not even necessary. No, there'll be the conversion.
I think, no, the time clock needs to be bigger, and it needs to just be have daytime and have year time. Have this time and year time, and have it in a digital format that's easy to read. And it's in something that's very visually appealing. And it's like the deadline, because you're watching the clock. You're watching the clock, and that clock is the connector point. So it's like there's some things about games you just don't get, man. Other things are great at.
It depends. No. There's some things that you're not getting either. Every player is different. Every player is different. Many of the players have said you don't need the clock. It's useless. Mark says the only reason he ever looks at it is to see if the game is frozen or not.
I'm not saying look at it from the point of view whether the player likes it or not. I'm saying for the point of view of the trueness of the game design, where you're putting elements together. It doesn't matter if they like it or not, or want it or not. You're putting together a certain set of parameters that at some point are good for the game. And there's certain things in my mind, like you're always watching the score. It's like basketball. You're always watching the score. You're always watching the score. So people track stats. That's just humans. Humans track stats. So in basketball, it's rebounds, it's shooting, it's scoring percentage, it's scoring. These are the things they track. So you're creating stats for your game, basically. What are the primary stats? And in this game, building ships, building colonies, two huge things. You have research points as your main point total. Most people, they don't think, oh, let's get the research points up as the highest thing. They're going, I want ships, and then I want to blow things up.
Right. Well,
anyway, but I'm just saying that the other numbers, like you got your resource numbers, the numbers are the key to playing the game, because you're trying to raise the numbers. Press a button, raise a number. That's your basic strategy.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to try to add that stuff in for sure.
In some ways, you're listening to too many people. Like if you're listening to everybody. I know I'm sort of attached to certain things, but I've been playing the game a lot. I play a lot of games.
Many other
I want
people
the game to
also,
be successful, and I'm seeing
yeah,
things that
no.
are just can be changed because I'm talking to the designer, right?
Yep, I know, but the same, I'm getting the same thing from other people, obviously, as well, right? So I have to listen to everyone. I'm not necessarily going to do what everyone says or try to combine everything together, but yeah, definitely different, options exist. You know, let me see here.
And those screens that you were putting up there, I'd make it more metallic. I really like silver, and you got a dark blue or darker silver. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, this one, for example. And I attempted to make it more neutral just so I could see what's going on here. So I just took out the galaxy. Yeah, I played around with that one for a little bit. I'm just trying to find where I put the other part of it.
Because like that below, the battles won, battles lost, colonies won, like that. And the power button of just having one number that they all relate to.
I like the power button idea.
Because then you can, and then all of these things then go to the leaderboard, right? So the leaderboard just takes this data, it compares it, and then that's like watching people build their fleet. Like the thing about a game is you're playing against your competition, and the more, if you can see something, again, there's different versions, right? Or somewhere you can see it all, or somewhere you don't see anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to, this is like, to me as a player of games, this is too much information, way too much information for me. But I shouldn't use my own preferences either. So other people have said it's awesome. Some people have said, wow, that's way too much stuff. And yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, the thing is, the chat thing could be something that appears and disappears, or all of them in a sense could be things that could appear and disappear. So then you could just design your own interface. You could take the things off you
Yes.
don't like, but just have, for me, I like seeing all of these things. And then you're looking at the chat screen, you're looking at, this is your new political screen, like the alliance, trading, diplomacy, first contact, like this is a new way of bringing that in, and then having it so it's a lot more dynamic, because I think in the game, the fun part is the chatting with your friends in your alliances and figuring out what to do and coming up with strategy and stuff. And that's where the real sort of camaraderie comes, that I think is essential for games like this. You want to play with your friends. I want to hang out with you. I want to see what you're doing. What are you doing? What's he doing? How are we going to win?
Yep. Yeah. I better go. But yeah.
All right. So anyway, I know we got to find someone who can take whatever. I just want to be able to work on the project, and because if you're busy doing other things, we need to find someone who can do what needs to get done, because we're on a roll and there's a bottleneck, and that bottleneck is you.
Somewhat, yeah. It sounds like we may need another Megan very quickly as well.
Yeah.
So I can put another ad out for that.
Yeah.
And I'll send these other two people a message today.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll see if we can get, because they're HTML, CSS people, or JavaScript HTML. So they can build what the UI UX person designs.
Okay.
And that's, good. I think those two people is the missing links right now.
Well, yeah, I thought it was just one, but okay, I thought she should be able to do what those other people are doing, but
yeah, she doesn't know coding. I mean, she knows coding, but she's not a front-end developer. She's a UI UX designer. And that's the thing, right? Like in the industry, there's like 75 people that make one website, something crazy like that. There's a guy for this, there's a person for that, there's a blah, blah, blah. They got, design team, programming team, UI UX people, like a team sometimes, and all this stuff together, and then they put it all together into a website. We can do less. We can do it with like 3, 4, 5 people and make a really good stuff. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, good to see you. And I don't know what to say. Just try to get it done, or we need just let's get it done.
Yep. Okay.